So today, God was speaking to me again today. I have an interruption every time. Jordan. Don King. Go do something with that head. Can I do my video without the interruptions? Please. Jordan. Can I do my videos? I just need about 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Uno momentos. Uno momentos. Cuatro momentos. 5. 10. Can you go and sit down? Thank you, sir. Mr. Collins. Mr. Collins, go sit down. They gonna be Mr. Collins all day. Ain't no Mr. Marquise. It's gonna be Mr. Collins. Mr. Collins. Mr. Collins. Get off of that, Jordan. But you hurt yourself. I'm tired of talking. I'm just gonna have to get the belt next. I don't know how to be a nice mommy on the camera. So God was downloading another thing into my spirit today. And it was amazing. I was like, hey, God, that's deep. That's deep. And he put in my mind, my thoughts are not your thoughts. So I know that this had to be from God. But it was like, I was talking to my daughter and we was having a conversation, just to, what was we talking about? Kingdom. We was talking about kingdoms, and we was talking about how, she asked me one simple thing, and it's like, it took me to a whole thing, she talked about, how Jesus had a thief and a murderer beside him on the cross. And, the people, in spite of everything, him being the most purest one, the good-hearted one, always willing to help, always willing to heal, he still was the one that the world wanted to kill. The people wanted to kill him. So, she was just telling me and just like, why is it that they wanted to just kill Jesus? Then, he just took me to this whole thing, this place that we in is not our place. This is not our home. You know what I'm saying? This is the enemy's territory we're already in. That's why we pray, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. We unction God's authority in this realm right now. You know what I'm saying? He's here, but he don't permanently dwell here because this is not his home right now. But he tells us in his word that when he comes back, he'll be here forever. So, that being said, we are to pray, our Father whom art in heaven. We want him to come down to the earth. We have to pray him down to this evil world. So it goes back to the thing of, why is it that, everybody want the good people to go away and the evil people continue on in their evil ways? It's because this is not God's kingdom here. We living to make it to heaven, where his kingdom at. But, we can unction his authority down here. That's why he tell us to pray that your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Because this world does not belong to us. You know what I'm saying? Or belong to him. It's his. And, when I think of that, it's like, if we're not living and manifesting and being of God, we not giving him authority here. And we out here still just living in sin, doing what the enemy want us to do. Then we allowing him to reign in his own kingdom. And I know I don't want to be no parts of Satan reigning in his own kingdom, because I'm not of kingdom. Just like that song they got, "Rapping for the Lord." Like, I say, cut that mess off my radio. We not listening and rapping nothing for nobody low in the low life, because we live in a kingdom life. You know what I'm saying? So, So with that being said, we live in a kingdom life here. So it's like when we think of that we are living a kingdom life, we don't want to live in sin. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to do the things of the enemy. We don't want to live in an evil place and in an evil time and doing evil things to the world. You know, in the world, within the world. We want to be doing God-like things. I want God to be around me. I want him to come down from heaven and reign on me in every which move I make. You know, I'm not about to give Satan authority over me. There's enough evil around me for everybody. You know, I want to see miracles. I want to see signs of wonders and miraculous things they ain't seen before. But still, not even just that. I want to live life. You know, God cannot do nothing with us if we are dying. And when I say when we are dying, when we are living in a place of sin, when we just doing stuff to kill ourselves, taking, you know, drinking alcohol, just destroying ourselves, smoking, doing drugs, like we are destroying ourselves. Because I mean, once you do something forever, eventually it has an effect. You know, you call it what you want, how you want to see it, but eventually when we keep doing stuff with, you know, our body, it affects our body in the manner that we was doing it. We smoke a lot of weed. Oh, it affects us. Because I'm a living witness. I knew I had sinus problems. I had a little cough. I mean, even from smoking cigarettes, you know, the chest pains, they start coming. You know, it don't seem like they're doing nothing to you when you're doing them, when you're thirsty for them. But that's a spirit. It's that spirit in you that's constantly fiending for it. We have to be Christ-like. You know, we got to call God down to get rid of all this sin. We want God to be moving all around us. So, you know, we calling him out. And, you know, God tell us if we not living a life to live life, you know, we really not allowing this kingdom to flourish on the earth, you know. And if we doing the things of the enemy, like we're dying off. God desires us to live life and live life more abundantly. I can't put that no better than that. He wants us to live an abundant life, no less than. And I'm not saying that, you know, it's something wrong. I'm not here to judge nobody on what they do, because God does not prepare and repair people at the same time. My season may be today or tomorrow. Your season may be a year. You know, God has to take us through the wilderness. You know, like I posted earlier on Facebook, we have to fulfill the wilderness to fulfill the purpose. You feel what I'm saying? We cannot fully fulfill the purpose if we didn't go through wilderness. You know, God got to build character in us. He got to make sure that you're not going to go back to that place, you know, regardless of what comes up. You know, he got to teach you and build you and grow you into who he wants to be. You know, his desire is for us to live an abundant life in everything that we do. I don't care what we do, what we say. It's like we must live in spite of everything. He don't want us to die. Let me tell you something. Even as believers, spiritual beings is what I call it. You know, because I'm a believer and I walk by spirit on every level. You know, if my spirit ain't right, I'm leaving. My spirit's telling me something, I'm going to speak it. Period. That's just how God made me. But, you know, we have to live in spirit and, you know, not walk in faith and not by sight. We can't dictate or determine our life on what we see or this is happening. No, God is building character from everything that you're going through. It's so much that he wants to do with you, but he got to make sure that when I'm finished building you, that, you know, you're going to really get out of this what you need out of this. Because if you don't, it's like you're going to fail again, fall right back into what I've been trying to pull you out of. Dying, you know, dying off. You know, a lot of people, you see these people dying from, you know, you see people, I'm not even going to give that example because it could be taken the wrong way and I don't even want it to be taken the wrong way. But, you know, God desires us to live, period. That's all I'm saying. He desires for us to live. He wants us to live life. If we're not living, God cannot move. You know what I'm saying? Because we unction him into this earth realm. If we are not living, then God is not moving. You know what I'm saying? Because if we ain't living, we ain't praying for God. We doing the works of the enemy. God ain't even a thing of our mind. If anything, we trying to run further and further away from him. You know, you got to want to be more closer and closer to him than further away from him. It's so beneficial for you in every which way. I'm just saying. This was just something on my mind. You know, God desires for us to live life and live life more abundantly. So from this point forth, just make a decision to live and not to die. I know I want my generations from this point forth. I'm breaking generational curses. I'm not taking nothing that was from my mother, from my father, nothing into the next generation. It stops here with me. I'm breaking those curses. Those was the choices that I made. I refuse to go into a next generation or to a next time frame to whereas when I'm going and my daughter trying to flourish out here, meanwhile she got to deal with the generational curses that came from me and her father. No, I'm breaking them. I'm breaking them. What I can break, I'm gonna break. What I can't break, that's, you know, on her other side, you know, I'm giving that up to God. But I'm breaking these generational cycles. They have to be broken. You know, we got to do better as a black people because it's only in America that the black people are less than. In other countries, black people are some of the wealthiest people. I mean, wealthiest people, and we may not even understand that. Wealthy. God desires for us to live an abundant life. And in order for us to do that, we have to stop doing and putting stuff in our body that's killing us. That's not even just, you know, the drugs, what we eating, the words, what we taking in. What are we really feeding our spirit? If you ain't feeding your spirit, you sure to die. Sure to die, because that spirit needs strength just like that body needs strength. We got to feed our spirit with something. I feed mine with the word of God, because I tell you, I have to pray and read, because it's not too many people. For some reason, me and my spirit tend to be drawn to people that ain't right. But I know why God is leading me to that. You know, it's so many people who need a true and living word. So he leads me to these people that's so unclean and not in order. For his purposes and for his glory, not for mine. Because if I had it my way, look, God, I only want to be around the saints. The ones that's spiritually aware, spiritually grounded. Like, I need that. But if we was always around them, what good would it do us? It wouldn't do us no good. It wouldn't do us no good. And this little boy gets on my nerves. It wouldn't do us no good in getting people saved, you know, getting people to live a life of God-like instead of living a life for the enemy. We got to come up out of that. It's not worth it. The enemy only wants to do one thing, that's kill, steal, and destroy us. We don't want to be destroyed. I know I don't. I want my generations to keep going on. I want to live till I'm about 90 to 100. God, if you can make a Facebook post of me at 107 living and I'm still alive and flourishing in God, that would be well and pleasing with me. But I still trust his will. I trust his will, whatever he desires for my life, because I know that he desires for me to live and have an abundant life no matter what. It's up to me to make the right decision on which way I'm going to go, on what I'm going to do in my life. And me, I choose to serve. I choose to serve God with all my heart, with all my soul, with all my mind. I got to. And I'm saying I fall short. I'm not perfect. You may catch me fussing somebody out. But it's so crazy because God convict me every time to have to go back and apologize after they done got on my last nerve. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm not perfect. You know, I got flaws. He's still building me. He's still shaking me. I ain't got it all together. I don't. I really don't. My kids still pluck my nerves. I still be wanting to spank them. I still be wanting to hang them. I'm normal. I'm just like you. It's just I'm a believer. It's a difference. I believe in God. I believe that he can bring me through anything that I encounter. But even in that, God said that we will live an abundant life. He said in his scripture, acknowledge me in all your ways and I'll make your crooked path straight. That's all I'm trying. That's all I'm seeking God to do, is to make my crooked path straight, because it's crooked. It's cricket. I'm walking by God. I'm believing by God. I pray to God. You know, I read my word, but I still got a lot of stuff that he could fix in me. I'm not perfect. And I understand that. But I'm going to look back even from the day 5 years from now, a year from now, and see how much I've progressed. But that's just all I got to say. Let's choose Christ. Let's choose to live than die. Because I know I don't want to die. I'm just saying. He's given us a choice. We have a choice. All of us has a choice. Don't wait till it's too late. And I'm not here to scare you about no hell or no heaven. No, I'm not. I'm just here to make you understand that you should serve God. That you should confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. Because when I was reading the word, I always told people, there are going to be one day that every knee shall bow. It don't say shall. It say they should, because it's what's best for them. When I was reading my Bible, it said it should because it's what's best for them. And I'm just telling you as a living witness that Christ is what's best for you. It's what's best for you. It's not all about being right and being politically correct. Who's the true and living God? I don't got time to compete. I'm not here to compete with you. Oh, my God is real. Your God ain't fake. No, I don't got time for that. Christ is what's best for you. I know. Where I come from, man, I know. Anybody up here on this, looking at this video, knows my life. I used to be in the streets dealing drugs. I did it for almost 7 years. Riding around in my car, scale, pound. I left my house every day with a pound of weed. Every day. Every morning I get up, take my bath like I had to go to work. By 10 o'clock, I'm out the door. I had a big pocketbook. I had a pound of weed, loud, not regular, scale, a whole box. Every morning, wait a minute, I had to go to the Family Dollar to get my sandwich bags. Every morning. I did not go in the house till it was all gone. And trust me, some days it was gone by 1 o'clock in the evening. That won't even on the first. But I acknowledge God even in that. And look at where I'm at today. I don't have to sell drugs. I refuse to be in the streets doing that. You couldn't pay me to go back. Mom could come there and drop pounds at my door. No, you go do that yourself. That's not what I want to do. I'm better than that. I know I'm better than that. You call it what you want. If your mindset is even still on that, come on, man. We got to do better. We have to do better. We have to do better. I prayed to God and told God, I used to pray to God, I'm just doing this because I can't find a job. I can't find no other way. Man, he pulled me right out of that. Look at me now. I'm at a job now making $18.50 an hour. Better yet, not even that. I get to make my own schedule about a week. Required to do 0 hours per week. Don't get no better than that. I mean, God moved in my life. But God desires for us to live and not die. He don't see fit for us to sit in a cell. I stand here today, I don't have a record. By the grace of God. If anything I got on my record, I got assault charges for being crazy, fussing these niggas out. Sadly. I got charges for stuff like that. But, I always ran into the right people to get it expunged off my record. I ran into the right people to pay for my lawyers. I didn't have to go to court. I just ran into the right people. Even in all that, God knew that he had a plan for my life. I don't have a record. I'm not walking around here with felonies on my record. And that's all by the grace of God. And everybody knew me. Yes, when I was in the street, I got robbed maybe once. Once. Me and my kids. It was just me and my daughter then. But God still pulled me out of it. And I'm whole. I'm not around here. I don't owe nobody. Not in those streets. Nobody can say, oh yeah, she owed me money. No, if anything, they want me to go back. Don't owe nobody a dime. That's the funny thing about it. The streets knew, when I came. But I say that to say that God pulled me out of even that. Hustling is not worth it. Pray and God will pull you through it, pull you out of it. Because that only leads to one thing. You be in jail. You don't get time with your kids. Man, I can remember one time getting pulled by Raleigh police. All I had was rent money and car payment money. I think I was living in Garner then. And I had me a Saturn. I think it was a 2010 Saturn. I don't even know what year it was. Car kept giving me so many problems. But it was a brand new car. But look, I think I had a Saturn. I was living in Garner. And man, all I had was rent money, weed, and car payment money. I mean, I went to the south side of Raleigh to make a 20 sale after getting back from out of town, enjoying myself. I'm like, I ain't had no money. Let me go get this $20. Man, I left Garner, went to Raleigh, get over there, call the person. They did not answer their phone, y'all. I said, this person better not ever in their life call me again. I left, turned around, went back home, right? Dang, and if the police did not pull me, I ain't even made it. I wasn't even nowhere near that person's house. I was near about to get back on the highway. The police said they pulled me because I had a cover over my license plate. Now, let me tell you how God works. The police came to the car, license and registration. What you pulling me for? Because you got a cover on your license plate. No, I don't. It was a banner around the license plate. It won't even covering the whole license plate. So for one, I'm gonna tell you now that he came back to the car and said, "Oh yeah, your banner is okay, but we smell weed in the car." What? He said, "Miss Collins, if you tell me everything that's in this car, we'll let you go." Y'all do. You say what? Yes, they was looking at me with a serious face. Pulled me and my daughter out the car, sit on the curb. She was like, is there anything in the car? It was me and my daughter. They was like, if you tell us everything that's in this car, we'll let you go and write you a citation. I said, I got weed, I got sandwich bags, I had blunts. I told him I got a scale and everything that was in there. I told him, look, and it's right there in the armrest. You don't even have to tear up my car. She went to the car. She went to the car and got all that stuff, y'all. And literally said, come on, get up off of the sidewalk. Dust yourself off. You can stand right here. Let me get your ticket. I'm going to go ahead and write you a ticket for this. That was the same time that I had a guy friend. He knew lawyers downtown. I mean, he done bought my lawyer. Lawyer probably ain't charging them but $400 for the case. I didn't even have to go to court. My lawyer, after he got out of the courthouse, the lawyer told me to come to the courthouse. So I go to the courthouse. He like, look, stay out of trouble and don't leave the state for 1 year. That's all it was. That was God. If I had went to jail that day, I would have lost my place. I would have lost my car. Better yet, let's not even talk about my child. I mean, I just had a lot going on in my life. And I literally just did this, to make money to take care of me and my daughter. And it provided. But, I mean, it was hard quitting selling. It was hard. I ain't found a job for about a year. I literally ended up losing the place anyway because I stopped hustling. But God provided even in that. He made a way in the wilderness like he told me. I prayed for, sometimes you got to be careful what you pray for because he'll give you what you pray for, not even tell you the consequences that you have to deal with. But I just say that to say, man, we got to get it together. God desires for us to live and live life abundantly. Period. And my life ain't all together, but it's coming together. There's a lot of things on the horizon for me. There's a lot of things he's doing in my life right now. There's a lot of manifesting going on, that, he is doing. Not me. He. I look at these eyebrows. They look uneven. But I'm going to just leave y'all with this. When you pray, just pray to God the Father And we got to pray that God's will come from heaven and be done on earth, because we unction him authority in the earth realm. He doesn't dwell here forever. He's not here forever yet. He promises us life forever and ever, but we have to call him down here. That's why the Bible tells us to pray in that form. So I'm just sending my love, my grace, my peace to everyone. And my prayers is that, whoever needed this, I don't know who out there in the streets that, God allowed you to get it together, because that's not the place. That's not the place that he desires you to be. I just pray that he does a new thing in your life. I pray that he even bless you with a job. I mean, message me if you need a job, because my job hiring, and I would send it, but for some reason it's so secretive. I don't know what to do. Am I gonna get fired for telling people? But this biggest day that they're hiring, you can't hide it. But message me if you're looking for a job. They do drug test, background check. I mean, they only go back, about a month for their background check? But yeah, and I believe that they hire people that smoke weed too, because a lot of people that work there smoke. I don't know how they got in the door. And they did a cotton swab test. But I'm just praying God's grace falls on all of y'all. Peace.